Opening the floor to our members for questions on the agenda item, I will first invite the DOTR and LTO to provide the necessary updates to guide us toward the productive discussion. Who will start? DOTR. You want to acknowledge the guest first? DOTR before. Yeah, sino ba ito mga nandito? Basahin mo ulit. Before we acknowledge the DOTR, i-acknowledge ulit natin yung mga concerns, yung mga nanditong resource persons. Sino yung nandito sa Dermalog? Sino yung representative ng Dermalog? Yes. Kindly state your name for the record.
Mr. Chairman, I'm Attorney Anthony Peralta, the resident agent, but our managing director and our project managers are here.
Who, namely?
Namely, Mr. Werner.
Kindly.
Mr. Werner Walotka and Mr. Mark Hinal.
Okay. Who's the guy on the right side? To nakabarong. Ito, sa right side mo, nakabarong. Itong white, naka-white.
That's Bernard Yu.
What's your personality with Dermalog? Are you with Dermalog?
No, today I'm under.
You know, last time sinabi mo you were with Dermalog.
I was technical advisor of Dermalog.
No. You mentioned that you were part of Dermalog.
Sir, I said technical advisor.
You know, ang mali sa'yo eh. You're
as requested po in our last committee hearing, we have submitted last February 10 our briefer on the status of the IT systems for the Land Transportation Office. This is anchored on the report submitted to us by LTO of the same topic. All the questions that were asked of us for clarification were submitted to the Office of the Chair. Last February 11 po, nag-submit na po kami ng reply sa ating committee chair para po dun sa mga issues that were raised to LTO as far as the two IT system existing in the Land Transportation Office, Mr. Chair.
May presentation ba tayo? May PowerPoint? Okay, you tapos na ba? Hindi pa. Okay, LTO.
Sir, as far as the LTO is concerned, we have already submitted our respective replies to the committee, to the Office of the Committee Chair, as well as with the members of this committee, sir.
Comsec, yung ano nga, yung... Who can explain this flow chart na ganito yung nangyayari? Who can explain this? Is it LTO or DOTR who can explain this? Ang karamihang complaint sa opisina ko, no, kagaya nung the other week, may pumunta sa LTO, okay, nakapila na sa loob na, pinalabas, mag-register daw muna sa LTMS. That I couldn't understand. Nasa loob na, pinalabas, ang init-init, kailangan daw diyang mag-register muna bago papasukin. Ngayon, pag nag-register na naman, may additional costing na naman doon. Who can explain that?
Mr. Chair, Oliver Marique po, MID OIC from LTO.
Okay.
Ang process po kasi sa LTO ngayon is that the client needs to have a portal account based on that process. Kaya po kailangan talaga mag-register doon to start the process.
Well, tama nga yun. Pero nasa loob na eh. Wala naman taong masyado. Palalabasin nyo. Bibilad sa araw. Magre-register pa ng LTMS. Nasaan yung point natin doon? No, if you can justify that na tama yung ginagawa natin, we're supposed to be giving service to the people na hindi pinahihirapan.
Mr. Chair, I apologize that that is being experienced by our fellow Filipinos, but we will check, Your Honor, the processes and we will do corrective actions.
Yeah, I think we have to review that eh. May mga seniors pupunta, matatanda, palalabasin natin. We don't even announce that eh. Kaya pupunta yung tao doon, palalabasin. Kagaya ng mga ibang seniors, hindi man sanay mag-computer yan. Walang wifi yan. Tapos i-require natin, LTMS, nakapila na doon. I don't see the logic there. Tama yung sinasabi nyo kung fully aware ang tao. Before going there, nakapag-login and everything, nakalagay yung oras, nakalagay yung dapat pupuntahan doon. Pero mere fact nandoon na sa loob, palalabasin natin, ibibilad doon sa araw. You know, I don't totally agree with that. The committee doesn't agree with that. Pinahihirapan natin yung tao. Who can explain this?
Sir, we will check the process. Most likely, these are being undertaken in the district offices, sir. But we will check and review our existing process and make the necessary corrections, Mr. Chair.
You know, dapat ang ginagawa natin dito to, ang dami natin applicants parate. We should try to, shorten the process. And always ang burden nandun sa mga tao eh. Yung iba hindi naman sanay talaga sa ganyang proseso. So, I want us to look at it and see the things that we need to remove it na para hindi naman masyadong nahihirapan na. Next slide. Yung application fee dito is will be deducted from the license. Yung sa actual process, meron dito 100 pesos application fee. Will it be deducted from the license?
Sir, Mr. Chair, the 100 pesos application fee is separate from the license fee itself. Yeah, that's, we're trying to have it removed as per the direction of ASEC.
Mm-hmm. Next slide, may comment ka? Sige, next slide. Yeah, this is just a presentation kung gaano ka-tedious yung proseso natin eh. Meron ditong process application. Ano pa bang fees yung charge natin? Aside from the application fees, ano pa bang mga charges natin?
Mr. Chair, the other fees that are being shouldered by the client is yung mga TDC and PDC fees. Yung
What's
para sa
that?
driving schools po, sir. But sa LTO po, yung driving fee lang, ay yung license card
Okay.
fee and the application fee na 100 pesos. Sa LTO, gano'n lang po.
Okay. Next, i-ano nga natin, next slide. Sa pagbumagsak pala, another 100 pesos na ma-application fee. But anyway, like what you mentioned, tatanggalin na yan. Yes, go ahead.
Sir, if I may just make a manifestation. Sir, presently, those are the steps or the process that is currently being implemented in LTO. But in accordance with the 7-point agenda or agenda of our Assistant Secretary, we are trying to cut down on the process and reduce unnecessary expenses, sir. So maybe in the coming months, we will come up with a new citizens charter to benefit the public, sir.
Okay, thank you. Next slide. So same thing then. Next slide. Nasaan yung ano, yung nakalagay ba yung sa mga payment? While waiting, no, di ba we made the motion ng LTO, Stradcom, Dermalog, magkakaroon ng meeting? What transpired with that meeting? Yung ED? Yung commitment na meeting between LTO, Dermalog, and Stradcom. Dahil last meeting, nagtuturuan eh.
Sir, that meeting has not yet transpired, but separate meetings have already been
No.
conducted.
Kailan may huling hearing natin dito? Feb 4, you assured this committee that magkakaroon ng meeting yun within that week. Sinong ayaw magipag-meeting sa ganon?
Sir, we have already sent invitations through their respective representatives, but we have already met them separately. But as to meeting together, sir, maybe it will happen this week.
That suggestion of the committee to meet together, dahil he said ang sinasabi. Para once and for all, hindi pa ba tayo nag-meeting? It's been more than a month already. Kailan natin gagawin yan? Tapos ito, classic example. Computer fee, medical exam, miscellaneous fee. Saan napupunta yung mga payment na to? Ito yung sa supposed to being medical checkup.
Sir, as far as the LTO is concerned, those fees do not go to the government's coffers, but I believe they go directly to the third-party service provider, sir.
Ito ay sa medical to, okay? Saan napupunta yung miscellaneous? Sinasabi na charge daw doon sa third party. Sinong nagongolekta na yan?
Sir, I think there are representatives from the respective medical association, sir, who can properly answer the question, sir.
Ano ba yan? Payment gateway ba yan or what? Kasi sinasabi doon, nung pinapunta ko yung ibang tatlong tao ko doon, sinasabi, part ng payment yan, sa gateway, sa IT, and everything. Kaya nga ang tanong ko, saan na pupunta yung payment? Pupunta ba sa gobyerno yan? Pupunta ba sa LTO? O doon sa individual IT server yan or what?
Sir, as far as LTO is concerned, those payments does not go to LTO or the government. Maybe it will be appropriate for the representatives of the medical association or their members to answer the question, sir.
Kasi ganito yan eh. Since our last meeting ng February 4, nagpa-check ako sa mga ibang areas, okay? Depende sa medical center. Ang laging sinasabi, yung miscellaneous fees, yung miscellaneous computer fee, sa dalawa na pupuntahan ng payment. It's either sa EDGCOM o sa STRADCOM. Yan ang gusto ko malaman. Paano napasok sa equation yung EDGCOM na yan? Kailan ba nag-start yung EDGCOM na yan? Yes.
Good afternoon, Honorable Chair. I'm Dr. Cubelo. I'm the head of EDGCOM. We are one of the accredited IT providers of LTO as far as medical examination and driving examination. Just to give you a, may I, sir, may I freely speak?
Yes, go ahead.
Just to give you a background. We were the first company, sir, that introduced computerized medical examination in LTO way back 2012 during the time of ASIC Virginia Torres. And that time, we tried to address, sir, ang problema noon, sir, is yung pre-signed medical certificate. No? Marami po, sir, na wala yung doktor, pinipirmahan lang. In fact, that time, yung mga clinics noon, ay kahit table lang, sir, it was being allowed. So with the introduction of biometrics, sir, we will able to completely eradicate, sir, yung mga pre-signed medical certificates. Now, come 2016, sir, during the time of during the administration of PRRD and ASEC Galvante assumed office, they created a new technical working group and came up with a new guideline. And on 2019, this guideline was implemented. And in addition to having the medical examination required a biometric finger scan of the doctor and the applicant, it was now required upon us to submit electronically the medical result. So during that time, sir, dalawa lang po kami ni STRADCOM ang na-recognize na accredit ng LTO. And I was proud to say, sir, that during that time, everything was running smoothly. Sir, napupulis ho namin yung sarili namin. Unfortunately, sir, after the time, after the 2022, then after the pandemic, marami na ho, sir, na inaccredit, sir, ng mga service provider. I think 7 na po, sir. And in fact, that's one of our concerns, sir, particularly sa amin, sa EDGCOM. Because, for example, sir, yung clinic nakapangalan sa amin, a lot of these clinics, sir, they get other service provider and they use that to transmit to upload the medical certificate. And some of their programs, may mga shortcuts, sir, they're not following the standard. And in some instances, kami po, sir, ang napapagbintangan na we are tolerating yung pag-upload ng medical certificate. But that's very far from the truth, sir, because since we were the one who advocated, sir, to stop the non-appearance and everything, sir, we would not take a risk even, sir, dealing with other unscrupulous medical clinics, sir, na ma-upload po yung medical certificate. In fact, sir, we also propose, sir, na dahil ngayon, sir, na-hack na po yung biometric po natin, no? Panahon
sir,
po, sir, yeah.
if I may, no, dahil may limit yung time ko, no? May contract ka with LTO?
Sir, it's an accreditation, sir. Yeah.
So it's just an accreditation?
Yes, sir. Yes,
How
sir.
long is your accreditation?
The accreditation for medical, sir, is being renewed annually, sir.
Annually?
Yes, sir.
So when was the last time it was renewed? Kasi hindi ko maintindihan eh.
Oo.
Sobrang dami ng LTO na service provider ng IT. May STRADCOM ka na, may EDGCOM ka pa, meron ka pang Dermalog. I couldn't understand that. What's the difference between Stratcom and EDGCOM na hindi kaya gawin ng Stratcom? Please tell me, what's your advantage over them?
Well, actually, sir, it's a service that we provide. Ang tawag ko sa namin sa sir, ano yung kami yung front end, no? Kami yung sir nagbibigay ng computer, nung gamit ng mga clinics and
Hindi nga,
everything.
naiintindihan ko naman yun eh. Ang point ko, the government's been paying Stratcom, even Dermalog. Bakit hindi kaya gawin ng Stratcom yun? Stratcom, kaya ba nyo gawin yun? O bakit pumapasok tayo ng ganyang agreement? Kaya naman pala ng Stratcom. And we're paying Stratcom with so much for the last how many years? Same thing with Dermalog. Nandiyan na yung Dermalog.
Actually, sir, let me just clarify, sir, if you will allow me. During that time, sir, nung 2018, hindi pa po nakapag-roll out, sir, si LTMS, si Dermalog, okay? Stratcom was still the back-end service provider of LTO. Sila ho yung may hawak po nung sistema sa loob at sa likod ng LTO. Ngayon, Asek Galvante is here. Ina-credit po kami ng LTO together with Stratcom, kaming dalawa. So para wala naman sir, walang issue sa
Naiintindihan ko yun. Kaya ka nga nandito dahil accredited ka ng LTO eh. Kaya nga ang tanong ko sa Stratcom, you cannot do what they're capable of giving service? Yes, go ahead.
Sir, Roda from Stratcom po. So just to distinguish lang, sir, in-explain po ni Dr. Cobello, there's two systems. Yung pong isang system is the back-end.
I understand yung back-end yung sa front. Ang tanong ko lang dyan kung hindi nyo kaya yung ginagawa nila.
Actually, sir, we have a front-end system for the medical clinics. We're also one of the accredited medical IT provider of LTO.
Yan ang point ng committee eh, di ba? Masyadong marami na in fact kaya namang gawin ng service eh. Gaano katagal na kayo dito sa kontrata dito sa LTO? You've been here since what? 2007? 2010?
Since 2003, Mr. Chair.
Ilan?
2003 po.
2003.
2003 po.
Tapos every year, puro winding up contract kayo. So, ang point natin dito, why do we need another IT when in fact dapat kaya nang gawin ng isang That's additional, na naman, costing eh. So if I may ask the former LTO chair, Mr. Galvante, sir, maybe you can give me your opinion. Why did you allow yung pumasok yung another IT group na naman?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon, everyone. Ma-explain ko po. Excuse me, requiring po ang mga medical clinics na yung doktor nila, kailangan i-upload yung findings nila dun sa mga kliyente nila. Sila po ang namili ng IT provider na mag-serve ng kanilang purpose, provided that they are accredited. Kaya po, siguro namili sila ng kung sinong IT provider ang gagamitin lang mag-render ng service. Kaya po pumasok siguro yung mga katulad ng EDGCOM. Kasi hindi po namin sa kanila dinikta kung sinong gagamitin nila. Except that meron lang tatanggap sa LTO, katulad nung time na yon, yung ina-upload nilang data, natatanggap ng Stratcom para ilagay nila sa file. Pero hindi po kami nagdikta na eto ang gamitin ninyo. So, kumbaga, binigay sa kanila na mamili sila kung sino mag-provide ng service na yun. Ang requirement lang namin is that lahat ng findings ninyo, i-upload ninyo sa system ng LTO. Yun lang po.
Yes, tama po, sir. Hindi ko naman sinasabi na dinadirekta nyo sa kanila pumunta. Ang point na sinasabi ko lang po dito, para lumalabas na middleman tong EDGCOM na to eh. Dahil ibabato rin doon sa Stratcom yung resulta eh. When in fact, based on the statement of Stratcom, kaya nila gawin yun eh.
Chairman, except that maaaring hindi sila linapitan ng medical clinic at namili sila ng kung sinong pwede nilang gamitin mag-upload ng kanilang...
Tama po yun. Kaya ang sinasabi nga po natin dito, pwede naman yung isang IT ang come-over niyon, di ba? Tama po yun. Ang ginawa natin, nag-accredit tayo para dadaan dito, ibabato rin nila sa Stratcom. Tama? Yes, go ahead.
Actually, sir, that's why earlier, sir, I gave the background. bago pa po si Stratcom, sir, ma-accredit, kami po yung una, sir, na na-recognize ng LTO, panahon po ni ASIC Virgie Torres, sir, na mag-provide ng computerized medical examination. So, hindi po, sir, nagsabay kami, mas nauna pa po kami as far as itong computerized medical examination, sir, kay Stratcom. Come 2018, ASEC Galbante formed a technical working group, binago po yung guideline, at dito po sa guideline, doon po nilagay na pwede na ang LTO mag-accredit ng iba pang service provider. So, hindi ho ginagawa ho dati ni Stratcom yan. Dati po si Stratcom po, sila lang po yung parang LTMS, sila lang po yung may hawak ng back-end ng LTO. Sir, gano'n. Yun po yung history, sir.
Yes, tama yung sinasabi mo, kayo nauna. Because you were assigned that. But if it was offered to Stratcom siguro, whether it's Stratcom o Dermalog, kung tinanong sila kung pwedeng kaya nilang gawin yun, kaya gawin. Nakuha niyo yung sinasabi kong point dito? Tama, ikaw nag-umpisa because it was offered to you na kayo maggawa nitong sa medical. Pero kung yung existing na binabayaran ng gobyerno, na nagsaksakan ng taas, na in-offer sa kanila, kaya rin nilang gawin. So yun yung sinasabi ko. So any comment, LTO, with regards to that? Hanggang kailan accreditation nyo?
Sir,
Like it ends, sir, every year ends, sir, December.
December.
Yes, sir.
Mhm. Yes, go ahead.
Sir, taking cue from your instructions, I think LTO will review all accreditations and check, and we will try to cut all unnecessary processes and necessary fees in order to, of course, help the public.
Ilan ba talagang in-accredit ng LTO?
As LTO is concerned, based on records, only 2.
Ano yan?
EdgeCom and Stratcom, sir. For medical.
Yan sinasabi ko.
Sir.
Simple.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Okay.
With due indulgence to Director Untog, there are, I think there's 6 or 7 now, sir, that are accredited. Marami po yan, sir. In fact, sir, that's one of our dilemma. Kasi ito, mga ibang IT providers, sir, ito po yung nanggigirilya. They offer 20 pesos. And they offer services even to the cell phone. They could upload their certificates. And hindi naman po, sir, lahat ng medical clinics, sir, at saka sir, yung mga santo, no? Some are not really operated by doctors but are businessmen. So they would prefer na kung pwede po, even up to now, yung sakit po talaga ng karamihan, na kung pwedeng wala yung doktor, no, or yung aplikante, no, hindi na dumating, itatawag natin ang appearance, sir, paulit-ulit pa rin, sir, na problema yan, no? Kaya nga, sir, kami for the past several years, we've been continually, sir, advocating, no, na, in fact, I tell the clinic, sir, na pag may BIP, wag nyo na lang papilahin, pero i-exam nyo. Kasi pag hindi nyo in-examine at nagbayad, ang sagwa ng dating. Lumalabas, makakarating sa akin yan na kaibigan kong nasa gobyerno, sasabihin, Lito, sinasabi mo, maayos na yung sistema ng LTO, may computerized na. Hindi na ako, pinagbayad lang ako, binigyan na ako ng medical certificate. So yun po yun, sir, yung situation on the ground, sir.
Mr. Chair, sa part po ng DOTR, recently po si Secretary Banoy issued an order to review all accreditation ng IT service provider ng LTO. Meaning ito po yung mga nagsaserve sa driving school, nagsaserve na IT provider ng medical, insurance companies, including PMBICs and PETCs. Meron po siyang kinreate na committee on ITSP. Ang tawag po sa committee na yon, headed by Assistant Secretary Jojo Reyes. Sila po yung magre-review ng lahat ng policies tsaka accreditation, including pricing po. Para po maiwasan na yung mga iba't ibang pricing, iba-ibang scheme ng processing. So ito pong committee na to supposedly will also streamline yung operations. Pati po yung amount charged to the public will also have to be fairly and justified para po sa benefit po ng ating mga publiko na nagtatransact sa LTO.
Yes, Yusek, kailan sinabi ni Sec Bano yan?
Recently lang po ito, ang order na to, if I remember it right po, siguro mga about 2 months po. Nagsisimula na po yung committee talking to mga IT providers, discussing kung ano yung problems encountered, pati yung, we're also doing some consultation po with some associations para po maintindihan kung paano po may streamline yung operation at maayos po pati pricing.
Kagaya nito, nakikita natin dito, 6 yung accredited na yan. Did you monitor whether it's LTO o DOTR, yung price point nila, yung charge nila, kung magkano?
Yung pong accreditation, Mr. Chair, is under LTO. So,
yes, kaya nga, my question nga is it's either DOTR or LTO eh. Kung namomonitor ba natin yung price point ditong mga to? LTO?
Unfortunately, sir, right now, we do not monitor them.
So,
that is why
bahala sila paano sila mag-charge.
Yes, sir. That is
Okay.
why,
EdgeCom, pag nag-charge tayo, yung kaninang flash, ano yung charge nyo? Computer fees o miscellaneous?
Ay, sir, yung computer fee lang po yun, sir, pero mali po yung nilagay nyo kanina, sir, yung 60 pesos. Sir, that was way back pa ho, sir, yung panahon yun. But right now, sir, we're only 40 pesos or 45 pesos.
40 pesos.
Yes, sir, yeah.
Tapos ibabato nyo sa Stratcom, tama ba?
Ay, hindi, sir. Binabato po namin, sir, sa LTMS, no? Kasi
Okay.
Open naman po yung line ni LTMS, no?
Okay, sino yung charge ng
ngayon, sir,
LTMS? Sino ang provider doon?
Ang LTMS, sir, yung sa LTO, yun yung Dermalog, sir, eh.
O, Dermalog.
Oo.
Nagcha-charge ba ang Dermalog?
Hindi po, sir, sila nagcha-charge. Okay. Oh.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, I'm Mark Hinal from Dermalog. I'm the project manager. Lahat ho ng services na ini-extend ni LTMS sa lahat ng stakeholders ni LTO is free of charge po. Wala hong CD-singil si Dermalog.
Okay, that's good to hear. EdgeCom, yung sinasabi mong luma na yan, last week lang yan eh. Ito, naka-flash na yan eh.
Sir, ang sinasabi ko, sir, yung totoong binabayad sa emergency ng clinic, no? Malamang, sir, kinuha nyo yan sa clinic, but kami, sir, even now, because we're having difficulty now, sir, to compete in the market because yung other service provider nga, sir, they're offering 25 and 30 pesos, allowed pa yung non-appearance. Yun po ang CAMO nila. So kami naman, sir, yung 40, we compute yung mga overhead expense namin, sir. Katulad kami, sir, may tao po ako nationwide, sir. Yung mga clinic po na aming sineservisan, I have a commitment to them to provide services within 1 hour. So malaki po yung aming operation, sir, and we have to spend a lot to sustain that, sir.
Kasi nakalagay dito, yung, I guess yung LTO, we have to check din itong miscellaneous fee na itong 140. Do you have any idea kung itong 140 na to?
sir, we do not have any idea. As I've said, sir, ano na po yan, sa third-party service providers po yung nagawa.
Kasi sinasabi din sa miscellaneous, ano din daw yan eh. Charge din daw sa parang IT rin yan eh. So this is rampant sa lahat ng mga medical clinic na may computer fee na, may miscellaneous fee pa. Kasi ito, last week lang to eh. Pinapunta kayong staff ko dyan eh. Congressman Mon.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Dahil ito, it's more on the driver's license, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Ang concern ko naman, Mr. Chair, is ngayon, recently lang, I would like to ask LTO sa mga insurances, yung mga TPLs natin. Now, before, we have the authentication para ma-authenticate natin itong mga insurance companies na to are legit or what. Now, recently, Mr. Chair, there is another fees na naman na i-charge, and I would like to ask this to LTO. Sino ba nagbe-benefit dito on the validation fee? May validation ulit, which is 60 pesos. So, ipapatong ulit natin yan sa mga may-ari ng mga vehicles, including the motorcycle, which yun ang medyo marami sa ngayon. No? So, additional burden to the owners of this vehicle At parang last month lang yata, kasi last year parang pinilot, and then this last month, binalik natin as part of the additional fees na naman. What's the difference between the authentication and the validation? Kasi nag-charge na naman tayo ng additional fees of 60 pesos for the validation of the insurance. So that's my concern, Mr. Chair. Totoo ba to or mali? Or baka nagpa-pilot or what? Pero my question there is that, valid ba na kailangan mag-validate na may authentication na at tapos may charge of the 60 pesos pa, Mr. Chair?
Who can answer that?
Sir, good afternoon. Sir, as far as the insurance verification is concerned, I think you're referring to the new DBP DCI insurance verification. Sir, our good Secretary Banoy, has already issued guidelines regarding the insurance verification. And I think one feature is that it shall be at no additional cost to the customers. So if the insurance agents are passing it on to the customers, then I think the Insurance Commission should look into it. But as far as the LTO
No,
is
Mr.
concerned,
Chair, LTO ito ang nagpa-add-on. Siyempre, I mean, nagcha-charge. So, i-add-on ito ng mga insurance companies sa mga kumukuha ng TPL. So, dadagdag nila ito sa premium. Pero kung hindi ito china-charge ng LTO, so why the insurance company will charge this to the users, no? Or,
sir, just a point of clarification, LTO does not get anything from that insurance verification.
validation, verification, isa la ba yun?
Yes, sir. Wala pong nakukuhang fees ang LTO pagdating po dyan, sir. It's
So,
purely...
baka may hukus-pukus dito. I got this from Region 6, try to check where I am
Yes, sir, we will check po.
located. Kasi ito man yung reklamo ng mga insurance companies ngayon na nagcha-charge yung ating LTO of the 60 pesos. Kaya wala silang choice is to add on this to the mga owners, vehicle owners.
Yes, sir. We will check it.
Parang last month lang yata binalik kasi last year daw parang pinilot pero pinahinto. Then here come.
Yes, sir. I am very familiar with that insurance
that
verification.
fees, kasi
Yes, sir.
may
But
fee.
as far as the DOTR and the LTO is concerned, it is at no additional cost to the customers or to the insurance, to the policy buyers, sir.
Okay, so sige. So thank you with that, Mr. Chair, for that clarification. We will monitor and check on this.
Yeah, yung Dermalog, what would happen after your contract will expire this coming May?
Actually, sir, we are waiting for the decision of LTO on what will happen because we already said our intention that we would like to extend our services in the maintenance of the software.
LTO?
Sir, for the LTO, the request is duly noted, but unfortunately, there's been no budget has been allotted for the maintenance of LTMS.
So, you were able to discuss it, ED, with Dermalog, the plans for this ending of contract this May?
Sir, we have not yet discussed it in detail, but in the coming days, yes, we will have a meeting.
Do we still owe them?
They're based on their representations, yes, we still owe them. But there is an existing notice of suspension from COA that needs to be addressed first before any payments could be released for
Well, what's that? Meron bang COA dito? May COA ba dito? Anyway, what was stated in the COA? Overpayment or...
Sir, I think the notice of suspension is because of the milestones that has been milestones that have been identified during the prior administration of LTO, sir. So there are lacking documents that needs to be submitted.
Dermalog has lacking documents. Dermalog, can you answer that?
The lacking documents based on the AOM has already been furnished by Dermalog, sir.
To COA?
To LTO and hopefully to COA. They submitted to COA.
So meaning hindi pa kayo nagsasubmit sa COA?
Meron na, sir. Actually, the notice of suspension was also answered by Dermalog. We just don't know what is the result of that. We still await for the result of the notice of suspension.
Was it because of overpayment from the government?
There were some issues, clarifications, but we cleared out that there was no overpayment to the government, sir.
Okay, LTO.
Sir, as far as LTO is concerned, we are just waiting for the clearance from COA. If there would be a lifting of the notice of suspension, I think LTO will have no problem releasing payments.
Based on your computation, how much do we owe Dermalog if ever we do owe Dermalog?
Sir, based on their billing, it amounts to 1.2 billion pesos, sir. More or less.
Ang kulang. But we made an upfront payment. What was the initial payment?
Sir, part of the, or substantial part of the 1.2 billion is attributable to change requests.
Okay, sorry, I was talking to COA. No? Kanina nandito yung auditor. So anyway, you were saying?
Sir, out of the 1.2 billion, sir, it is close to 800 million that is attributable to change requests, sir.
First payment natin, magkano?
Sir, based on record, for milestone 1, I think we've already paid 1 billion and 66 million pesos, sir.
What was the total package?
Sir, 3.1 billion.
So kulang pa tayo ng ano?
Sir, what is only lacking is the milestone payment for Dermalag.
Okay. Nandito ba yung Paynamics? Ano ba yung Paynamics na yan? What's so special about them? This is the second time or third time in-invite siya, hindi pumunta. Are they trying to hide something or what? Sino ba may kakilala dyan sa Paynamics na yan? They're doing business in LTO, right?
Sir, as far as the LTO is concerned, I think Paynamics, their contract with LTO has already expired last October 27, 2025.
Yes, kahit na-expert. Tiga mo nga si Mr. Galvante, tapos na pagka-LTO chief na, when he was invited, nandito eh. Yung Paynamics na yan, ilang invitation, hindi pupunta, may tinatago ba yan or what? What was his role in with the LTO?
Sir, they are one of the payment gateways of LTO, sir.
So anyway, when will you meet with the two IT providers? Para
Sir,
once and for all, the documents that I need.
Sir, considering that they're both here, after this committee hearing, sir, I will talk to them now and maybe schedule the meeting the soonest, sir.
Kasi last hearing, sinasabi, okay na, kumpleto na, sinasabi ng isa, hindi pa kumpleto. So we need to find out kung which is which talaga eh. Mahirap you'll have meeting with separate entities. Parang nangyayari dyan, ito sasabihin, babalik ito si isa, sasabihin. So do we agree with that you'll meet today after this hearing? Para once and for all, masettle at ano yung nagiging problema dito. We're having this hearing to to see, to make sure na yung mga excess expenses hindi na nababurden yung tao. Kagaya ng mga convenience fee and everything, kagaya ng miscellaneous, may computer fee na, may miscellaneous pa and everything. And Yusek, kailan lalabas yung findings natin dun sa mga accredited natin ng mga IT na yan?
Mr. Chair, sinisimulan na po ng committee yung mga meetings. I will coordinate po with the head of the committee, si Asek Jojo, as soon as I get back to the office para po mabigyan kayo ng accurate information on their timetable para po dun sa resulta ng kanilang gagawin na review at ano po yung directions nila moving forward.
Ang sa akin naman, LT, no, as we can see, masyado marami tayong service providers, no. I think we have to look at the whole picture, eh. Service provider, meron pang ibang 6 na accredited, di ba? So, we better submit your plans and programs for the next week, a few weeks from now, para naman yung makita natin kung ano yung sasabit natin dito. Di ba? I need to stop the hearing. I have to go to we have to stop at 2 p.m. We have to have a meeting with the plenary debate. Do you have anything, any resource speaker you want to? Yes, go ahead.
Mr. Chair, this is David Almeral, Undersecretary for E-Government, sir. Sir, since we are the one doing the interoperability and process simplification of the government, it's also good news, sir, that just to update you also that we already have 90 million digital national IDs now, and we already have 40 million downloads of the eGov Super App. So with your indulgence, Mr. Chair, we would like to implement already the eGov law. There's a new law signed by the President like 4 months ago, and the IRR will be coming up this March already. And I think by using this kind of implementation, Mr. Chair, gagaan na po ngayon yung magiging processes. Nakita po kanina, kaya marami pong mga contractors kasi po parang nag-combine forces sila, kaya lang umuulit po yung proseso.
Yun nga sinasabi ko.
So example po we're able to implement the digital driver's license that's supposed to be, you can get your driver's license in 10 minutes. Like me, I can access now my driver's license. Meaning, why you need to let people fall in line again to LTO, repeating again the biometrics, signature, submitting of names, meron na po tayong national ID. So meaning we can already do the simplification model using the data of the national ID. So with your indulgence, Mr. Chair, if we're able to use this one, I think we can make these things more efficient. Another one, Mr. Chair, kahit na na-automate na namin yung data gathering using the national ID, they need to manually enter pa doon or upload pa yung medical certificate. They have to manually upload again the driver's school. Oo. So, instead na matuwa yung tao, magagalit ulit. Kasi in-automate nyo nga, hindi nyo pa kinumpleto. So, with your approval, Mr. Chair, the ICT can help if you allow us to do the simplification and standardization, Mr. Chair.
Maybe, Yusek, you can present it in my office or probably the committee. We can set up a date so we can review what you mentioned a while ago. Yes. Congrats. Any motion? Yeah. Yeah.
Mr. Chair, motion to adjourn. Mr. Chair, motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion is adopted.